here. Place. Place. Tall. Here.
All right, guys, we're gonna start in home obedience with Tall.
Place.
Now, I wanted to show you this beginning because this is how it starts. You'll see Tall. As soon as he goes in the
Tall.
place,
Here.
he leaves immediately
Place.
because we're doing obedience inside of the house, right?
Away.
So as soon as he gets his treat, he's gone. This is how it
Tall. Here.
starts. It's not easy.
Place.
It can be frustrating if
Sit.
you don't have patience, but I have enough patience to wait on Tall.
Sit.
I'm gonna keep luring him
Sit.
back onto the place
Stay.
so that I can get his attention. And I'm going to reward him every time he does it. I'm not going to yell and scream at him. I'm not going to drag him on there.
Away.
I'm just going to have patience and wait for Tall.
Tall. Here.
So you see,
Place.
as soon as he goes off, he realizes, okay, if I walk
Sit.
away, I'm not going to get this treat. So I got to come back.
Stay.
So he comes back. I lure him back onto the play stand, and I'm waiting. And I'm starting to build that trust with the stay command. You see, I backed up for a second and I just withheld the treat from him, and he's waiting to get that treat. Okay. So in home obedience starts with just little steps like this, okay?
Sit.
If you don't have little steps, then you're never gonna
Sit.
get here. The dog is always gonna be suspicious of something, and then you just have to keep working with it until you get it. Now I'm gonna start moving over to the door. I'm gonna start working on that door because Tall likes to run out the door as soon as you open it. Again, this is boring stuff, but you wanna see how it's done, and I'm showing you transparency how I do it, okay? After I do this so many times with Tall, it'll just be repetition. He'll have it. Okay. I've got to trust him that he's going to come around and he's going to do it. So, this is kind of how that rough draft starts, what you saw earlier with Coda. It starts really, really slow and then it builds up and then it escalates until complete obedience inside the home. So, I'm just asking Tall to give me a little bit and I'll give him a little bit. So, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and move that stand out the way, and I'm going to start working him without the stand because he's used to working on that stand outside, so he understands that stand means a treat at this point in time. So I'm just going to work him outside. We worked on that down command. He's doing really good on that. Now I just need to keep his attention because he can get and Tall can get unfocused really fast, especially when distractions are around. So the reason why I'm working him inside is because I want those distractions. I need to work him through that. The cats, the children, the noises, the door, everything you can think of. I'm going to work Tall through that stuff. So right now I'm just working on those basic commands that he knows. So when I give him those commands, without giving him a treat, he's going to do it regardless. Okay. I got his attention now. He's completely focused on me. We're making eye contact. He's checking in with me, and he stopped running away. I don't know if you noticed that, but he stopped running back to the other room. He started staying with me. So now I can work him. Now that I have his attention, he knows that I have rewards, and he's going to get rewarded for doing those commands. Now I'm going to work those commands in this living room as much as possible because this is where Tall lives. He lives in a living room. He doesn't live in a crate. So we want to work on his behavior when he's inside the home. Okay, we want to make sure that he's not jumping on people, he's not pulling people, he's not darting out the door, and things like that. We'll also work on his impulse to eat food without being told so. So these are just little basic in-home things that I work on when people want the in-home package. I want a dog that's livable inside, a dog that follows commands, and a dog that's not causing stress or duress inside the home. I want a dog that understands commands and follows them when they're given to them. And then on and possibly without treats. Not all dogs are gonna want treats, and you're not gonna have treats all the time. So you want your dog to listen to those commands when you give them to them the first time, not the 100th time. So that is what we're doing in this video. We're just working Tall back and forth, and I'm using different things to work Tall on. I'm gonna use a bed here soon. because that's most likely a realistic situation for him, is a doggy bed and not a stand, right? The stand is just to teach that command in the beginning for Tall. That's all it is. It's just teaching him the command of a place command, where to go when I point, and to stay there, right? And if you notice in this video, I've been working on the stay command. I've been getting distance from him. He's been staying. He's also doing good with the hand signals, and he's doing really well with verbal commands. So Tall has increased his durability during this training session, and he's doing really good. Okay, so again, we're gonna pull out other training tools for Tall, because something more realistic that he's gonna see. So I want to pull that out real quick and put that down for him and see how he responds to that. All right, so I'm gonna walk him up on there. I got Tall up there. Now I'm gonna give him a down command. He's gonna go down. I'm gonna step back, and then start opening and closing the door. Here's another distraction. Here's my daughter. I told her to come on in because Tall needs to work through those distractions, and then I'm gonna keep working. And soon you'll see cats coming in and out of the way too. This is extremely important. I need to know Tall's gonna listen to me when I give him these commands, no matter where we are. And same with his owner. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite distractions. I'm gonna start opening the door for Tall, so he starts understanding he doesn't have to run out the door every time somebody opens the door. And we're gonna build on this area and build out of here. Tall's really suspicious of people, and he really has to warm up to you. And if he doesn't warm up to you, then he's just gonna run away from you. You see the cat run past. As soon as the cat ran past, he stood up. I got his attention immediately, and I started giving him treats to keep him focused on me. He's not, Tall's never been cat aggressive, so that's not an issue. But the issue is that he's gonna want to chase him eventually. Right now he doesn't, because he's like just curious about them. But still, this can become a major distraction. If you're walking him down the street and the cat takes off running, he's gonna drag you. So we wanna try to work that out of his system, because Tall's only about 8 months old. So he's gonna get worse as he go along. And you see, I always do training and I have cats around while I'm doing the training. If he really wanted the cat, he would jump off and chase the cat. Instead, he stays with me and listens to my commands. Okay, and I have his attention. So now I can keep on continue training with the things that I'm working on. His impulse control to run off whenever he's given a command, his impulse control to dart out the door, his stay command, and his place command. So I'm doing a couple at the same time. I'm also working on some basics like down, here, sit, and to heal. So I'm working on those bases as well. So I'm knocking out a lot of commands in this. This is going to be his repetition. And again, you guys see the cats walking by. They're in the background. How many trainers do that? How many trainers have these type of distractions that are realistic? I know trainers use things like ducks and things like that, but I mean, how many people have ducks inside their home? A lot of people have cats inside their home, right? A lot of people have children inside their home. A lot of people have the TV on. A lot of people have these distractions, and you want to use realistic situation case scenarios, not kind of like I'm gonna say made up ones like ducks and little chickens, because not everyone has that in their home. So we're gonna use real life based scenarios, something that Tall's gonna see on a regular basis and possibly sees anytime soon. That's more likely gonna show up to him than something that's fabricated. So we're just giving Tall these treats. We're teaching him. We've removed the stand and we're using the bed. Okay, this is more likely a realistic scenario. Tall having a bed in the living room. So we're gonna put that bed there, and again, you guys see all these cats walking back and forth in front of Tall, and he turns, he looks at them, right? He wants to go check them out. He goes out to check out a cat, and there's nothing wrong with that. I put him back. He's a dog, right? Mistakes happen. He's not gonna stay there. I'm not gonna get upset and start yelling at him. I'm just gonna put him back to where he needs to be at, so he continues to get rewarded. Okay, having him understand being in this place is the reward for him. So I'm gonna sit down in front of him, see how he responds. Is he gonna jump up and run off? Is he gonna do something crazy? As soon as he gets up, I put him back down, right? I just wave my hand down and he goes right back down. No big deal, guys. So again, you see the distractions in the background. Tall's looking at me, he's looking at distractions, and he doesn't know which way to go, but he's understanding that all his rewards are coming from being on the placemat. So This is how I start that training. This is how I follow up with it. By the time Tall's done doing this for 2 weeks, he'll be really good at in-home obedience, going out the door, not chasing animals, not barking at strangers, and not going berserk. Tall was really good at jumping on people, and we've really got that out of his system. He doesn't do that anymore. I suggest that you don't encourage your dog to do it, because you'll break this. Whatever we've trained in Tall not to jump on people, you'll break it and he'll start back doing it again. But again, a lot of this training, it takes time, and it just takes a lot of patience. We're training now, it's probably about 12 at night. We've got a lot of dogs to work with, so we've got to pick and choose our deadlines and times that we can get it in, because this is each training session is something to be learned. If Tall does not learn something in a training session, then it's a wasted training session. I have to make sure that he understands what I'm trying to get him to understand, because you can't punish a dog if they don't understand what you've been teaching them. You can teach your dog to lay down 100 times and you don't teach them to lay down right, properly, then they're just not going to do it. So again, you see, I can just wave my hand down. I say the command down, Tall goes down, and I open up the door just to test him. And you guys can see right here, he's doing really well. At first he was running away in the beginning of training, and now he's really focused in on it. He's built his confidence in what we're doing, and I'm really impressed with him. So again, guys, this is Tall. It's been a great training session. He really understood the assignment and he completed it. And we'll continue to give you guys some more videos of Tall before he leaves, as he's working through this training. But really good pup. Some people call him stubborn and sometimes talk and act like that. But it's really more just he's a little sketchy of people, places, and things, because he's a young pup, even though he looks big. But he, once he gets comfortable with you, he starts to listen. So again, this is Tall. I'm Rodriguez Carter. This is Madison Bell. And thank you guys for watching the process of how I get the dog to start doing that in-home obedience. Okay, you guys be good, and keep following and watch for more videos for more dogs.
Stay.